Ladies and gentlemen, we are Jonking podcast producers. For this is a Fred Dealing Productions podcast.
Is this like Battlestar Galactica frickin'?
Phrasing.
Phrasing.
Phrasing. Hey, I
Hi.
mean, you know, we've got a new verb, a new noun. I'm gonna use it. Cue the music.
I don't know what we're yelling about! We came, we saw, we kicked its ass!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style?
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Boring conversation anyway.
Look, we're gonna have company! Loud noises!
Hello,
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Kendall Richardson.
I'm a Fulya and
And I am in need of someone to buy some stuff from Michael Lister.
And you are now experiencing a podcast called Fred.
Yes, experience it for mediums. I've got too much stuff. Who wants who wants to buy this DVD? I don't want this DVD anymore. Get him to the Greek. I don't want this DVD anymore. Yeah. I just
Okay.
don't want it.
Cool.
That's fair.
Yeah. Do you want it?
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good. I had enough of fairy walls back in the day, so we're good.
What about you, Fulya? Do you want
No,
do you want
I'm
some
good.
questionable people in a movie? And yeah, I don't want
No,
it.
thank you.
Yeah. You know, Diddy.
Sell it on eBay.
You want Diddy? I'm not gonna get shit for on the.
God, he was in that movie.
Yeah. Diddy's in it. Russell Brand.
Fuck.
Russell Brand's in it. Jonah's not that crash hot.
I mean, yeah.
Get
Yeah.
this out of my
but
house.
Anyway.
For those playing at home, not watching us, Mike was holding up a copy of Get Him to the Greek
Yeah.
DVD. Yeah.
Before it was controversial.
Before it was apparently so very controversial. Anyway, welcome to the show. What a way to kick
Yes.
things off. What a way.
What a
What a
way
way to start. What a way. What a week. Speaking of weeks, weekly watchings. Let's start the show with that. Fulya, please tell
Yes.
us, what have you been watching this week?
Well, I have finished season 2 of Kuroko's Basketball and have started season 3, which is the final season. Still enjoying it. It's really good. I'm all about it. I really love the fact that after a certain number of episodes, then they'll change the theme music, like the intro and the outro music, which is really cool. And it's always some really good rock music, for whatever, like Japanese rock. Like, I didn't think I'd really enjoy it that much, but I do. It's really good. So yeah, been watching that. But the other things that I have been watching is a couple of Disney movies. And they're both animated.
Oh.
One that has recently just hit Disney Plus, and that is Inside Out 2.
Ah.
Nice.
Man, did I cry. Holy crap. I was a blubbering mess. Because anxiety really hit me. Not just the character.
Aww.
Wow. I did not expect a Pixar movie like that to really go hard on actual mental health issues, but for teenagers. But it, at the same time, it's like it's very relatable. It's very relatable. And I really appreciate Pixar for just educating, the youth on what it's like to have these feelings and how to sort of work through them, I suppose. I wish I had stuff like this when I was growing up, honestly. So I envy, and there is a character envy envy the teens and the little kids these days for having movies like this. The other characters that were actually in it, so apart from these are the new emotions, I will say. Apart from anxiety and envy, they also had a character, embarrassment.
Mm.
And then the one that's the big pink character in the hoodie with the big schnoz. And was it 4 of them, or was it 4 or 5 of them? I think it was 4 of them.
Embarrassment, envy, anxiety, and ennui.
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 Ennui is French.
I am
For
le
boredom. Yes. And ennui really encapsulates boredom for a teenager. Or how uncool things are and all that sort of stuff. And I really like that. I really like that about those particular emotions. They hit a lot of emotional puns as well. Bottling up your feelings. They literally bottled up the 5 main emotions that we saw from the first movie. They talk about throwing certain bad memories to the back of your mind. And they have a function for that, you know. They have so many different elements sort of playing around all these different sort of like a lot of play on words for feelings and emotions and memories. And I really love the writing with this. It's so good. So it made me laugh and it made me cry. It was great. I loved Inside Out 2. Absolutely great. I think it's pretty on par with the first one, I would say. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
and then the
awesome.
last Disney film that I watched is an old one that I don't have any recollection of watching, but then once I started watching it, I was like, I kind of remember watching it, but not really. Maybe it was a long time ago, and that's why I don't remember watching it. Is Disney's Tarzan. So yeah, I watched through Tarzan and the Phil Collins, you know, music songs, just sort of going through everything, and yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I really liked Tarzan. I don't know why I don't remember watching it somehow. I feel like I have, because I remember certain scenes, but I think it might have been such a long time that it's been thrown to the back of my mind.
That's fair.
Yeah. So now, I brought it back to the forefront of my mind so that I can remember the fact that I actually watched Tarzan. Yeah.
Nice.
And that's what I've been watching.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Of course.
Mike, what about
Hello.
you? What have you been watching?
Well, talking about from last week, a TV show that I didn't get to see, but I've finally seen. I've finally seen the first episode of The Penguin. It's going to be a show that me and the wife are going to be watching because she enjoys that sort of thing. So if I could do something nerdy as well as a crime thriller sort of TV show, yeah, match made in heaven. And watching it, she was a bit lost at the start. It's like, I know this is part of this Batman, but I don't remember much of the Batman movie. It's like, oh, wow. So I had to bring her up to speed. Overall, I was actually quite surprised on how good it is, because I wasn't expecting much. I thought it was just going to be a nice standalone sort of story with the Penguin, but it was a very dark comedy. It was making me laugh. Very, very like bad vibe, crazy stuff. But I do in fact like the fact that Colin Farrell's depiction is actually been reamped for this show. I definitely like him in this than in the movie, and I did like him in the movie. So it was it was more rounded, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm getting a lot of Soprano vibes from it, and where the story takes place with just in the first episode, and yeah, it was just a fun watch in a weird way, and his rise to power, and also the different gangs and the different cartels are trying to fill in that vacuum where Falcone is no longer here, and neither is his son anymore. So they're going to have to deal with that, and he's going to be playing these two families. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
And I love this, and I love the drops of Arkham and all this. I don't want I know they say they're not going to have the Batman in this, which is good. I don't want to see Robert Pattinson's Batman in this. I just word of mouth, and they did a little catch up at the start, so that was good. So yeah, the Riddler thing happened, and now Gotham is dealing with this, and they're showing Gotham in a different light. I actually quite like, where it just Gotham looks like shit, and I like that they're sort of playing on this sort of the classism with Gotham as well, and how people deal with that, and the new kid on the block. I can't remember his name. It's been ages.
I've forgotten it as well. One minute.
Yeah,
I'll
but
pick it
he
up.
sort of had the same. I had to laugh because he sort of had the same. Had the same origin as Dick Grayson, where
Yeah.
like Dick Grayson was trying to steal the hubcaps from the Batmobile, and Batman caught him, and in this one it was the Penguin. he was great.
His name is Victor.
Victor. I was
Yeah.
gonna, yeah, and he's sort of story is quite good as well. It's sort of running parallel with Oswald as well, of having bit of a stutter as well. So having that sort of where Oswald being physically handicapped and all that, where this one's a more verbal, so you can sort of see the sort of the camaraderie as well as the mentorship as well. So it's going to be a very interesting watch, and yeah, even I was going, well, if you're gonna drive a plum colored car, everyone's going to know who you are. So I like the fact that he's not completely like overly smart. So, but still, it sort of got me at the end. It was like, oh, okay, because I was trying to work out who drove that car into the fountain as well. So, but yeah, shit hit fan, and I like it, and it's brutal as well, and swearing. Gotta have a little bit of swearing.
A little bit of swearing.
Yeah, so that's a good show. With other shows, yeah, I saw Lord of the Rings, the penultimate episode, and where that's going is going to be awesome. I like the fact that they sort of made the rings, because they always said that Saruman has the sort of power over these particular rings, but but we don't know what. So but it's more blood libel as well. So I kind of like that fact. And instead of like normal blood, he's his black goo. He's Prometheus black goo.
Yeah. Yeah, Sauron in his black goo form again.
Yeah, his symbiote.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard many criticisms, but about that. But considering Peter Jackson's rendition was the eye of Sauron is not necessarily a physical eye, but they made it a physical eye, made it more like a spotlight. So
Yeah.
you can do whatever. And yeah, I kind of like the fact that they made sort of like a Horcrux sort of thing. So black goo, bring back the black goo. I like that. And then yeah,
Nice.
I like that as well. Two movies that I saw. I'll run through them quick. Movies that I haven't seen ever since I was a kid, and you may be surprised saying a kid. I rewatched American Werewolf in London.
Cool.
Yeah, I saw that as a kid, and sort of.
Hey, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it explains a lot. And yeah, because I'm rewatching these particular movies because I'm trying to write a thing and I'm trying to get into a headspace sort of thing of how to combat like a creature feature. And yeah, it's just great. Being a 70s movie, it is very slow paced, but it does go for 90 minutes, which I like. I kind of like these 90-minute movies. So let's go back to 90 minutes and 90 minutes when they're done. I'm an old man and I need to watch multiple movies all at once. So just to rewatch. And yeah, I love the fact that this movie actually inspired other movies as well, and you can sort of see the sort of formulaic sort of way, like Shaun of the Dead, for instance, where they do make references to the thing that they're actually doing, but it's more part of the story and not necessarily as like, oh, you've seen this before. And we're in American Werewolf, where they're actually talking about the Wolfman and like those sort of stories, as well as the movies that came out. It's like, well, this is like that, but completely different. And this sort of begat the sort of the what's that string of movies? The Howling sort of string of franchise, where instead of like the Wolfman, this is like the werewolf, the Lycan, and like man turning into beast, and yeah, and I really enjoy that, and a lot of I have to laugh because I knew that coming in, it's like oh yeah, there's a Rick Mail in the pub in the start of this film. He's playing chess, and he only has one line, and it's like, yeah, there's Rick Mail, a very, very young Rick Mail. And yeah, but then again, also Frank Oz as well, playing like an American consulate, and then in a dream sequence, kids are watching the Muppet Show. So you do actually see Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog. So they license that out. So it's yeah. And the effects in that, and Rick Baker is just awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bringing back physical. And also the other one that I watched, because I haven't seen it in ages, but I do remember bits and pieces of it. Terry Gilliam's the Jabberwocky, and that's a good movie. Sort of Monty Python adjacent. Not necessarily Monty Python stuff, but it definitely but it has both Terrys, like Terry Jones, Terry Gilliam, and also Michael Palin is actually the main character in this. And
cool.
Yeah, no John Cleese, no Graham Chaplin, but there's a character in it that I'm sort of thinking it may have been written for John, but it wasn't. Yeah, maybe John was busy. Maybe John.
Maybe he
busy.
was.
Yeah. That's good. It definitely reminds you a lot of Holy Grail as well, because it's set in medieval England, and I forgot that the Jabberwocky only turns up like the last 10 minutes of the film. So I thought there was going to be more, but no. But I don't know why they call it the Jabberwocky, because there's only like 3 scenes that it's in, and for 2 of them you don't really see him. But I do enjoy the opening. I think I rewatched it just because of the opening and how it starts off like American Werewolf, where you get to see a particular character like get eaten by the creature, and it's such an elaborate and cartoony death where he gets grabbed, a bit like the Evil Dead, because you see it POV, but he gets grabbed and gets lifted up in the air, and he's going and just mugging to the camera, and then falls to the ground, and then we see the shot of him just head, and then we pan back, and then we zoom in, zoom out, and you get to see the rest of his body, and his arms are okay, his legs are okay, but his torso and all these arms are just skeleton and just meat just dangling off the bones, and he's got this face.
Crazy.
It's scary fun, Fulya. I think you would enjoy it.
Doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah, and it's very gross as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like there's a shot of someone having a conversation with their ass hanging out the window and taking a poop.
Okay, that's gross.
Amazing.
Well, you don't see
Gross.
it. You do hear it though.
Disgusting.
It was fucking one ears.
Yeah, so that's my week.
Nice.
That's my week. And also
That's
watching Our House as well. But that's kitty shit.
That's,
What about
that's a great week.
Yeah. What about you, Kendall?
Yes. What do I mean? Well, I got a few things to mention. Keeping it gross for the start here.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Keep it
sorry,
gross.
Fulya. You're not going to like this. But you don't have to see it, so it's fine. So I went to the movies during the week, and I went and saw a film called The Substance.
Oh, I think I've heard of this.
You've heard of this movie? Yeah, it's been playing all the film festivals around the world, and it's a French-made film, but it's based in Hollywood. It stars Demi Moore, playing an actress who was once a superstar back in her prime, and is now, in her 50s and basically fired from her job because she's too old now. She's not what they want anymore, and Dennis Quaid plays a producer who is just gross and weird and.
So he's playing himself. Okay.
No, but the name of the producer who plays is called Harvey, which was kind of funny.
Yeah.
He was really good in it. But anyway, so basically what happens is Demi Moore comes across this, well, it gets like shown to her or given to her or whatever, but like there's this thing called the substance that you can inject yourself with.
Ozempic.
And it Ozempic. And it creates a better version of yourself. And in this case, this better, younger version of Demi Moore's character is played by Margaret Qualley, who is amazing. She's Andy McDowell's daughter, for those who don't know. And basically, this is a body horror movie. With psychological thriller elements. Fully is shaking her head. So basically, the younger version, the younger and better version is like birthed out of Demi Moore's back. so her back like splits
That's
open.
why there's stitches.
That's why there's stitches in the yeah.
Ugh.
There's an image that's been going around in the promo stuff for this movie, and it's just Demi Moore lying on a tile floor with stitches up her back. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, and basically
Does the original host die?
no. So they go back and forth. You have to switch between bodies every 7 days. So like they give you a whole kit of what to do, how to keep the other body alive while you're in the whatever body you're in. And they constantly like the mantra of this thing is like, remember you are one, right? But the problem is that there's unforeseen consequences where basically like I don't know how it goes so wrong, but like things happen and they start to think they're both different people. They keep forgetting they're the same person. And consequences rear their head in really gross and awful ways, and it's oh man, the makeup work they did in this film is insane. It's very by the end there's a monster, I guess. It's very, very Cronenberg-esque. Like just grotesque and horrific and lots of blood and lots of yeah, pretty much kind of like that by the end of the movie. It's fascinating. It's a really fascinating commentary on ageism in Hollywood and you know, just what people will do, the lengths they will go to stay young, stay beautiful, and have a successful career. Like even if it means selling a part of themselves, kind of, you know. So, yeah, I loved it. I thought it was amazing. It was gross as fuck, but but it was really, really cool. I really liked it a lot. I would recommend it if you can stomach some body horror stuff. Which I know Fulya can't. This is not a Fulya movie.
Oh, come on.
Just seeing the poster for this film grossed me out. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Very confused, and just seeing these stitches up her spine, and I'm just like, that does not look right. I don't like the look of this already.
Yeah. That's the tip of the iceberg. That's the tip of the iceberg. But yeah, it's a really, really good movie. I really liked it. So yeah, hoping it gets some recognition around award season. I think it might. Yeah, so I watched that. What else did I watch? What can I talk about next? Okay, well I'll go to Agatha. I watched Agatha.
Oh, yeah, true. Sorry.
Yes. No, that's okay.
That's the other thing I watched. The first task.
Yes, the first trial on the Witch's Road. Our intrepid coven has now faced it. And yeah, it was an interesting episode. I liked it. I'm liking kind of where the show is going, and they explained the premise of the road and what you have to go through in order to get what you want out of it. And Agatha's just really, she reminds me of Loki a lot, and just she has that anti-hero, like I'm still kind of a villain kind of thing about her, that personality part. Like she doesn't do the trial properly at first. She tries to get away with not doing it, and there's this like subtle malevolence to her as well. But she's, I don't know, but she's definitely in it for her own means and stuff. And yeah, it was really cool. Like there was some really freaky like visions and stuff that all the witches were made to see, and then spoilers for you. I'm not gonna say who. There was a character death. Somebody died. Yeah, well, I mean, who knows? It's Marvel. Anyone could come back. They could get to the end of the road, and then they all just come back to life if they end up killing one character off per week, maybe. I don't know, but that was like, oh damn, okay, the show is not playing around. I kind of liked that though. I thought it was good.
That's why I felt sort of maybe not.
You're not sure?
Well, then they topped it off with a joke. I thought,
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose.
So far, it's going well with the show.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm keen to see more. I need to see more, I think. But it's probably better than Secret Invasion already.
Oh,
that's not hard.
it's got a decent structure, and they actually set out what the structure is going to be, which gives you liberty to actually continue to watch this instead of going, oh, hurry up, get to what the point is going to be. I'm getting bored now.
Yeah, like it's written well enough that you're not. Yeah. Yes, Fulya?
So, am I going to? Because you mentioned that that Agatha's got this low-key anti-hero quality about like her character.
Yeah.
Does that mean that she's trying to be good, or is she still on the path of evil?
No, it's more that when I say anti-hero, it's more like
she has a goal.
She's a villain, but she's the hero of this story. She's the protagonist.
Yeah.
Like she's a bad person.
Yeah.
But she's the main character.
She's the Tony Soprano of.
She's the Walter White.
She's the Walter White. She's the character that you wouldn't root for, but you're watching the story with her.
Right. Okay.
She has her end goal is to get her powers back.
Right.
No matter what, whatever means necessary. But she's also learning to work with others.
Yeah. And we learnt some interesting stuff about her in regards to her backstory this week, which is going to come back again, I would say. And I'm kind of here for it. So, yeah, I'd be curious to see if, you could. I mean, I'm sure you'd be able to watch it fully in terms of the horror stuff. Like, it's nothing that Supernatural hasn't done in terms of the horror, I would say. So yeah. So and there's enough levity in it as well. That I think, like not your your traditional MCU humor, but not really. It's not really quippy, I guess. But like, when the humor happens, it's a nice break from the tension. Maybe listen to our spoiler-free reviews every week, and then
maybe once all the episodes are out, I might do a
binge.
And stuff.
Shall we subtle hint of the Mephisto in the room?
Oh yeah, they name dropped Mephisto.
Oh wow, okay.
They actually mentioned Mephisto, and my eyebrows just went, oh, all the way to the roof, baby. Yes, that was nice.
Was that for the speculators out there?
Look, there are so many of these nerd shows, these pop culture shows are so into fan service now that I would not be surprised if it was
if they make it canon.
Throw a bone.
If they just make it canon, or B, if it's literally just here you go. This is to, like, how they fucking made John Krasinski, Reed Richards, and Multiverse of Madness, like fan service.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm excited to see where it goes next.
Or is it a boner?
Is it a boner?
From WandaVision.
Oh yeah.
What's his
Ralph
first
Boner.
name? Ralph. I was going to say
Ralph.
Anthony Boner.
Yeah, we thought Ralph was Mephisto for a bit. And then we also thought the rabbit was Mephisto for a bit. No, I think we thought the rabbit was Ralph as well. Like there are no grand theories with this show yet.
There was a deleted scene that I know of from WandaVision where the rabbit actually turns into a giant demon.
Oh, really?
So that might move.
That's new to me.
And also, fucking Funko Pops probably spoiled the ending for me.
For WandaVision or Agatha?
For Agatha.
Oh, have they kind of revealed certain characters, or?
Yeah.
Tangent about Pop Funkos. I don't like the fact that they've released them before the show or movie happens.
Yeah.
Why can't they wait until after it releases?
The
That
timing
just really bothers me.
The timing is not good. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. We get to know.
Shame them and shame Lego
Yeah.
for spoiling things.
Yeah, we get to know who Audrey Parser is really playing, and
oh man, they've spoiled who her character is.
well, in a way, but
Okay.
see how that works. And also, Teen is probably the biggest non-story.
Did they spoil who he really is?
Named him, yeah.
Well, that's fucking stupid. Because that's like that's like the main mystery at the heart of the show is we don't know who he is.
Yeah.
And so what? Funko has just spoiled it.
It's still one or the other, but that's it.
There's a
That's if what I saw was true or not. But
okay.
I've
Well,
not-
next time I see a pop vinyl order at my work, I'm not going to go near it.
don't see the back
Go
of
out
it.
the back when it's being processed.
Yeah, especially because the last time I did, I saw another Sauron pop vinyl and I bought it. So
Oh.
oh, and then the next one I saw, we got a Michael Jackson one in that I had to have. So I'm like, I need to stop. I need to walk away. Anyway,
Look, that's another work friend of mine. Every time a Jurassic Park or Jurassic World pop vinyl pops up, he has to have it.
he has to have it.
I
Nice.
thought I had to have it.
I had to have it. All right, I've got a couple more things I want to talk about, and one of them I'm going to talk about for probably too long. So let's just go through the first one really quickly. I binged all of the Monsters, Lyle and Eric Menendez Netflix series this week, all 9 episodes. That was very good. I enjoyed it. I didn't really know anything about their case going in. I only knew that they were rich kids who killed their parents. And I didn't know anything else about circumstances surrounding how it happened or how it might have happened or the motivations behind it or any of that stuff. So it was really interesting to kind of learn about another really famous true crime case that for some reason had never really come on my radar before. But yeah, it was really good. Like it was very well made and the performances were incredible and it probably didn't need to be 9 episodes. But like they probably could have done it in 6 and wrapped it up but then unless they're sort of going for like, well, they leave it very ambiguous as to, like we all know the brothers killed them, but the why behind it is kind of left ambiguous, and maybe they just needed all that extra time to show that if that's the way they wanted to do it, or I don't know, or because the whole case was drawn out for so long because they had to do 2 trials because the first trial was a mistrial. And so they committed the act in 1989. They didn't get sentenced to life in prison until like 1996. Like it was a long process. So, but yeah, it was very good show. I enjoyed it. Javier Bardem played the dad, and he just continues to freak me out. Like every character he plays, like almost every character he plays, he's just the most intimidating man. Like very good. It was cool. I got my true crime fix. I'm happy. Now I'm going to extrapolate about Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, penultimate episode, as you said, Mike, the second last episode of season 2. Our big battle episode. It was fucking amazing. I really liked it a lot. Well, of course I really liked it. I'm fucking biased. There was one thing I didn't like, actually. Like they did one thing in the show that I was like, I actually vehemently do not like this, and I want to speak to the writers and ask them why they did this. Mike, do you know what I'm talking about?
Knowing me, knowing you, character. Do you have which character?
Do you want me to it's involving 2 characters.
Mm-hmm.
That know each other very well, and will go on to have familial connections later on.
Oh, I didn't see it the same way as you, probably.
Well, I see it differently now, but I'm choosing to ignore that it ever took place, to be honest. So for those who don't know, they made Elrond kiss Galadriel.
They made Captain America kiss.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, Widow.
Sharon Carter.
No, Widow.
Oh, you're talking about yeah, Natasha Romanoff. You're
Yeah.
talking about that scene where they're pretending. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's actually a good analogy. That's a better analogy.
Because that's what I saw.
That's-
Like, yeah, my first reaction was, nah, 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 nah. And then I saw the bits and pieces of.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
It's a misdirection because people
Yes.
are a bit iffy of public displays of affection. I get what you're getting.
Yeah, and
It was like, just don't want. I mean, they're orcs. It's like, filth.
yes, they're all a bit put off by it and distracted, so they don't see Elrond pass the pin to Galadriel, so she can break herself out.
Yeah.
She's shackled. That's fine. I mean, it just annoyed me because, like, well, obviously, I mean, Mike, I'm sure you're aware that Elrond marries Galadriel's daughter in the books, like in the canon, like. So, but I don't think the show's ever going to do Galadriel's daughter at this point, but that's fine. But the problem I had, like, I can reconcile, oh, it was a ruse. Oh, it was like, I watched an interview with Robert Arameo, who plays Elrond, and he was saying that when they were talking about doing it, like, both him and Morveth Clark, who plays Galadriel, were, like, confused as to why they needed to do this. Or they didn't like it or whatever. But then, they was explained it was a ruse and stuff. And then he also said that, like, it could be an elvish sort of custom sort of thing. Like just I mean, it wasn't a romantic kiss. Like, there was no chemistry there. It wasn't like a full-on make-out anything. It was just a gentle kiss but it was a lingering kiss on the lips. And my problem was...
He couldn't
like,
get out of his pocket.
My problem was, I can understand everything else around this, but the music in this scene, when he kissed her, the music swelled like a romantic score. Like, it went up and just was, like, really uplifting and, like, oh my god. And it didn't, like, if they'd done any other music score behind it, I would have been like, okay, I can. But the fact that they romance coded the music, I was like, well, what's going on?
So I can't really.
Maybe I don't know, but I was
extra
yelling
legwork.
I was yelling at my television. I was yelling. I was just like, oh no, the internet's gonna collapse. This is just, or at least the Tolkien fandom's gonna collapse on itself.
They did that for the first season, and it's fine.
They did, yeah. Mm-hmm. The dude bros are being a lot better this season, at least. But anyway, so...
Well, they realise it's like, oh, we don't have a leg to stand on because it's actually a popular show. All right, next one.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as women samurai. There we go.
Jesus Christ.
Even though it was.
Even though there was.
Open a history book. You fat fucks.
You dumbasses. Yes. Anyway... apart from that moment, I fucking loved everything else. I loved the way everything kind of came together, and it was really good to see so many characters that we usually see in different storylines coming together, and stuff. Like, the battle scenes were really great. Like Elrond was kind of the heart of this episode, to be honest. Like, he led the charge, quite a bit, and he negotiated with Adar and went to Durin to convince the dwarves to come help the elves and all this stuff. I mean, that didn't work out very well, but it was like, it was great. They're coming eventually. It was it was really great to see. Like, I think one of my friends said to me, like, this is the Elrond we know from the beginning of the Fellowship, like the battle soldier, commander,
the battle
leader.
Oh yeah,
the battle,
prologue.
Yeah.
Prologue
prologue Elrond. This is the first time we're kind of getting a look at him.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And, like, the action scenes are really well choreographed, and with the orcs and the elves all fighting each other, and some characters are in some definite peril. There was some couple of characters killed off, some supporting characters, original characters to the show. One of them
that can be killed off.
That can be killed off. One of them made me laugh my asses off because I was just like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah, and then of course everything kind of really came to a head with Sauron and Celebrimbor, and Celebrimbor figured out who Anatar is because there was a trip in the. Didn't realize Sauron was doing a fucking time loop thing. That was crazy.
I was completely losing my mind. I was like, oh my god, Celebrimbor has discovered he's in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Oh, deja vu. Oh, deja vu.
Deja vu. Yeah, it was brilliant.
I love this show, how stupid it is. In a way, lovingly stupid.
Yeah, no, I know. I wasn't expecting that would be the way he'd figure it out and all that. But like the way they set that up and then the reveal, like I love the fact that they kind of did like sort of a continuous shot of him finally seeing the devastation of his city, and then the camera following him around back into his forge, and he's all bloodied and battered, and the forge is ruined, and like the whole illusion that Sauron had been casting is gone, and it's just so devastating. And the fucking performances out of these actors is just insane, like really, really good. And and Celebrimbor was probably gonna die next week, so that's
Am I in a simulation?
Am I in a simulation? Yeah, I was crying a little bit. I was just like, this is sad. I don't want to see him die. But and it was cool to see like Sauron in action, killing some elves, or making them kill each other. That was pretty epic. Yeah, that was cool. And then
What's he doing?
And then and then him mentioning Morgoth and stuff, and what he was put through, and that I loved so much of the dialogue and the scenes and stuff in this episode were amazing. It was really, really good. So Celebrimbor gave Galadriel the rings, so now Sauron's gonna come after Galadriel, and finally gonna get to see them together again. So I'm looking forward to that next week. Yeah, it's gonna be epic. One more episode, and then no more for like 2 years. Again, I'm so sad. I love that.
That's if the show gets shit canned.
I think it's already been renewed for a 3rd season.
Yeah.
But the ratings for this 2nd season look like they're better. Like they've gone up compared to season 1, I think. So I would be very surprised, touch wood, if Amazon pulled the plug on this. I would, especially at this point. But yeah. One more episode to go.
Any predictions?
Predictions?
Are we going to stick to this, or are we going to get the Stranger and his triumphant naming?
Yeah, I think they've got to name him. By the end, we're going to get to hear the word Gandalf spoken in the last episode by someone. He's going to be Gandalf. There's no question.
Saruman.
Saruman
the Brown.
Saruman the Brown.
He has to work his way up to white.
Yeah, I put forward your theory about they could be other, like, original character wizards or whatever. And one server I'm in didn't go for it, and the other server went for it. But we all started talking about how we think it is Saruman, and there's some kind of amnesia thing going on somewhere. But I don't know. I have a theory that at the end of this show, both Gandalf and Saruman are going to get sent back out of Middle Earth and then get rebodied and come back later and whatever, because they think Sauron's defeated at the end of the show. Well, they're going to, even though he's not. So they're like, well, guess you don't need these wizards anymore. We're gonna yeet them back across the ocean. But no, that's not going to be. I don't know. That's the only way you can explain it, because otherwise it really breaks the canon. If he's Saruman, it's bad enough that he's Gandalf, and it's fine. It's whatever. It's member berries, but I would love to see Ian McKellen's reaction if the Stranger is Gandalf. Someone please film Ian McKellen reacting to that, because
Mm.
that might be amusing.
Funny enough,
Mm.
but I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I'm going to place a seed here about
Plant a seed.
about Ian McKellen.
Okay. Well, yeah, I like a good seed plant. But yeah, other predictions. I don't know. Depends if Sauron's gonna get away with the rings at the end of the season or not. Because he's got to give them to men. We've got to get ring wraiths, so he's gonna get the rings at some point. Whether so I don't know. Some people are guessing that maybe Galadriel will temporarily join him, but if he kills Celebrimbor, then that's not happening. So I don't know. But they teased in the teaser trailer for the finale. They showed a clip of the Balrog again. So I'm just like, then they can't do the Balrog now. It's too early.
No, they'll probably do like
early.
Unexpected Journey. They'll just see Smaug's eye. You know, it's like, you know, but as a Balrog, it's like, I'm still here, motherfucker.
Maybe. I mean, because like they did tease it like last week, I think episode 6, when Sauron went to try and get more Mithril, and he looked into the fire and he saw a little Balrog in the fire.
How cute.
Yeah, cute little Balrog.
Baby Balrog.
Baby Balrog.
Because we got Baby Yoda, we got baby Sonic, we got
Baby Groot.
Yeah, Baby Groot. And Baby Balrog.
Baby Balrog.
She's going.
Just like a little cat. A flaming cat. I like it.
With a sword and a whip.
Yep. All right.
I'll fuck you up.
Amazing.
Do I have wings? I don't know.
I have smoke that could be wings.
Yeah.
Off
That
the back of
debate's
my-
still raging. Will
That
this
debate is
Balrog
still
have wings and not have wings?
Which one's the correct one? Find out.
Neither.
Maybe. Neither at some point. Cool. Well, as much as I'd love to keep talking about Rings of Power, I think we need to move on.
Yes.
That's my weekly watchings. I fucking loved that episode, and there's only one left, and I'm really sad. So, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good finale. I can feel it in the air. All right. That's the weekly watchings, which means now it's time to move on in to the nerdy news.
This is the news in nerdy news. The nerds that talk about the nerdy news. That is us who talk about the news that is nerdy. And now the queen of nerdydom, the hostess with mostest, Kendall Richardson. Take it away, Kendall.
All right, it's nerdy news time. And it's just gonna be sad because we only have one thing to talk about this week, and it's a really sad thing. We've lost another legend, another icon, another big part of our childhood, of our formative years. Of course, I'm referring to the incredible Dame Maggie Smith, who passed away this week at the age of 89. Surreal. Very surreal. Another one of those actors that has just always been there since forever, that we've been alive. She's always been there. She's always been a presence in so many different things. I mean, for me personally, I first saw her in The Secret Garden as a kid, and she was just the worst. She's such a terrible... She's like sort of like an Umbridge almost character, with a heart of gold somewhere buried very deep within. But she was very good in that. And then, of course, her in Hook as Granny Wendy. She was just so charming and wonderful in that as well. And then I always really loved her her small but sassy role in one of my favorite movies, The First Wives Club. She plays this like aging socialite, and she's just glamorous and just amazing, and Maggie Smith does like resting uninterested face like really well. Like I'm going to pretend to be interested in this
She
conversation.
does a lot of looking down her nose.
Yes, she's very good at that. And then of course, Harry Potter.
What's that?
I
Never
mean,
heard of it.
I mean, could anybody else have played Professor Minerva McGonagall? I don't think so. That role was meant for her. Yeah, just a powerhouse performance across all of those movies. She's the perfect kind of like she just I don't know. She just really captured McGonagall's heart and kindness, but also her sternness and that strictness she could portray as well. And yeah, I just absolutely adored every time we got to see McGonagall. It was just a joy for me. And she got some iconic lines across the movies as well. But for me, my favorite I gotta say my favorite McGonagall moment in the movies is I think it's in I can't remember if it's Deathly Hallows Part 1 or 2, but it might be Part 2 because it's when she comes out and she activates the guards of Hogwarts, and and then she goes, "I've always wanted to use that spell." Like
Yeah.
I loved that moment so much. Like it gives me such a thrill just talking about it. Like it just makes me so happy. Like just how like she's this elder woman and just such an accomplished witch in her own right. And here she is, like giddy as a schoolgirl, just being like, "I get to use the spell. Oh my god!" Like I just and the way Maggie delivered that line was just wonderful. So yeah, so very very sad news that she's sadly no longer with us. But what a career! I mean, multiple Oscar winner, nominee, multiple Emmy winner, of course for Downton Abbey. And I think she won a Tony as well. Like she might have been an EGOT almost. I don't know if she had a Grammy, but she was almost an EGOT. So like that's a legacy, I think, if there ever was one. So may you rest well, damn Maggie Smith. Fulya, take us through your thoughts on the late Maggie Smith.
Quite shocked when I read about this. When I found out this news, I woke up to this news.
Yeah,
Not a great way to start my day, but
no.
Yeah, I was very shocked when I heard that Maggie Smith had passed away. For me, the first time that I came across Maggie Smith was in Harry Potter, in the Philosopher's Stone first film. And kind of like haven't really seen her in a lot. I have watched the Secret Garden, but more in the recent years. But my one of my favorite roles of hers has been in Downton Abbey as the Dowager. And yeah, look, she was amazing as Violet Crawley. She was absolutely amazing. She makes you laugh with a lot of the lines that she got to say. Just a lot of it was very sort of on point, and it's very sassy as well. She had a very sassy role, which was really cool. But she did also have some really good heartfelt moments in Downton Abbey as well. Especially considering the fact that I think in the Downton Abbey A New Era film, she, like, her character ended up passing away as well. Yeah. So if at any point they end up bringing Downton Abbey movie again, there's another one at any point. I don't think she was going to be in it in the first place. So
No.
Yeah.
I think I heard a clip from I think it was an interview. Can't remember which one, But she said I wouldn't possibly be coming back because I do play an older character, and she would be 110 by now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very sad for her passing. So like there wasn't even any kind of like news that she was ill or anything. It was just very sudden, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it did kind of come out of nowhere, and just another reminder that just can just happen at any time.
The other thing that that I came across, or that was shared in a couple of Discord servers actually, she passed a year after, like exactly to the day, as what was his name? Who
Michael
played
Gambon.
Dumbledore? Yeah, to the day, a year later.
Has it been exactly a year?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's not cool. I did see someone share. I can't remember where I saw it, but someone shared a photo somewhere of, like, from a still from the Harry Potter, one of the Harry Potter movies, and it's literally Alan Rickman, Michael Gambon,
Yeah,
and Maggie
I've
Smith.
seen that too.
And it's just like, oh, they're all. And then you put Robbie Coltrane in there for good measure, and it's like,
So
great.
yeah, there's an artist drew up a really beautiful image of, Hagrid and Dumbledore, oh my gosh, Snape and McGonagall together, but with their backs facing towards the camera, if you wanted to call it that in the illustration. And it was beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
Sad. Okay. Well, thank you for your thoughts, Fulya. Very sweet. Mike, how are you feeling with the loss of Dame Maggie Smith?
Yeah, this sucked. I woke up and had to go to work, and I just felt like crap because she was a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
And been working for so long and for so many different things like stage and screen, and she's just been around for ages, and and she did tend to play like older people because she wasn't a one to go and get surgery or anything like that. She just felt comfortable in her own body, and she's a powerhouse for doing that. And I watched, like, this is before Boy Wizard, especially with Sister Act and First Wives Club, because my mum's a divorcee, and that's her favorite film for obvious reasons. And even I enjoy in that and as well. And and it doesn't faze me that I recently watched Hook, like, not too long ago, like for Father's Day, because it was like the 10th anniversary for Robin Williams as well. And I'll try to get through this without bawling my eyes out, because I did when I noticed that on, like, my socials and that, and my algorithm loves me so much that people put in, like, POV in heaven right now. That scene where Robin Williams' character, who's Peter Pan, meets Wendy for the first time in the film, and they said, it's been 10 years. And it's like, fuck you, algorithm. And and then they put in the scene at the end of as like hello boy, hello windy lady, big embrace. It's like tears, Peter. It's like tears for every happy memory. Fuck you.
I'm crying now. Fuck. That's.
Yeah. So doesn't dawn on me that I don't believe in destiny or anything like that, but Jesus Christ, it just hits you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
and I've been watching a lot of things on my feed, and it definitely is catering for interviews and stuff about Maggie and Dame Maggie, and how she sort of has her relationship with Dame Judi Dench, and how she just throws in her face. It's like if it because Judi Dench has always been cast and everything, and it's like it's just hanging shit on each other. And here's my seed that is blooming into a flower. For some reason, I stumbled upon Ian McKellen on Saturday Night Live, of all places, doing impression of Dame Judi Dench of Maggie Smith, because they're old favorites and they like play a lot on stage as well, and he does a very spot on impression of her.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up after the show.
Yeah, that's fun. It was fun, and yeah, and just big hats off. And it is sad that she was almost 90.
Yeah, she would have been 90
year.
this year. Yeah, that's right.
December, I think.
Yeah, December.
Sucks. Anyway, but the memories will live on, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's like one of your favorite aunties has just passed. Sucks.
Yeah, it does. It sucks.
Boom. Well, it gives me an excuse to actually watch Downton Abbey now.
Yeah, I've never seen it, so
Same.
yeah.
I thought I'm not that big in the
Downton
period.
Abbey's a very good show.
Yeah, I'm aware. I've heard internet people say. You know.
Yeah, I have heard it's quite
believe
good.
It's like
It's
Bridgerton
on
without the
Stan.
sex.
If you have Stan, it's on Stan.
Okay.
That's understand. Yeah, it's like Bridgerton without the sexy stuff.
It's just a lot of drama and a little bit of humor just to sort of lift that drama.
Yeah, it's the high class society
Yeah.
stuff.
That sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the nerdy news for this week, guys, which means now it's time.
Can we do a rapid fire?
Rapid fire.
Yeah. Alan Tudyk is going to be in James Gunn's Superman.
What?
Yeah.
Mother of pearl.
Yeah, I got more somewhere.
What?
Nobody 2 is finished filming, as well as what's the other one? New trailer for Nosferatu comes out tomorrow.
Oh, Alan is playing a secret role.
Yeah, he's playing a secret role. The Chucky series is cancelled after three seasons, so sorry, Wayne.
Yes, I did see that. Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I showed my eldest the first trailer for Child's Play.
Ah,
Because that came up on my phone, and I was like, "Oh, who's that?" It's like, "Oh, that's Chucky. He's a doll." It's like, "Oh, it's a bit weird." There's a, you want to see the trailer? Sure. She got a bit scared, but
no.
I put it into context. Oh yeah, Jurassic World Rebirth has finished wrapping film, so that's going to be shit next year. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of Minecraft bullshit.
Oh yeah, they were at I think it was the Minecraft Live. They showed a clip from Minecraft. It's on socials. If you
Yeah,
wanna check it out.
it's everywhere. It's stupid. And also, Frank DeBront, director of Shawshank Redemption, is doing directing an episode of Stranger Things for season 5.
Okay. Hello. I'm okay with this news. That's great.
Yeah.
That's exciting. That is very exciting. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. They should also say he also directed The Mist.
He did.
Because that would
and
fit so well into the Stranger Things of things. And that
Yeah.
ending fucked me up.
Yes. Of The Mist? Yeah.
The
oh,
Mist.
yeah. Me too. And never again will I ever watch that movie. No. No thanks.
This is before I had kids.
Yeah, I don't want you to watch it now. Yeah. It's a very traumatic ending for you. It's just, it's not horrific in the sense of like, oh, a creepy monster did a creepy, scary thing. It's literally like,
If only he waited.
human trauma. Yeah, I think he waited like
Like,
That's even worse than
Like
just
a
straight up
minute.
horror.
like, wait a minute.
a minute. So
Anyway,
let's
roll
roll
out?
out. Yes. Thank you.
A couple of
That's my job.
deleted scenes from Deadpool and Wolverine have been released because the digital copy is coming out very soon.
Yes, it is. It'll be coming out physically anywhere but here. All right, that's enough. I know that's enough of that. Thank you, Mike, for that rapid fire nerdy news. I appreciate
That's
it.
Go
I
to
knew-
discussing films on Instagram or Twitter. That's where I get all my news.
Nice.
That's where I get all
Yeah.
my pings.
All your pings. Very good. Alrighty. Well, that's it. So that means it's now time to roll on up to the trailer park.
Rolling up to the trailer park where we all park all the trailers.
Da, 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 da. I still got to get him to the Greek. I still got to get him to the Greek.
How about we get him gone? Okay, let's start our trailer park. We actually have a Marvel trailer to talk about this week. What? And it's our first trailer. And keep in mind, this is a teaser trailer, folks, but it might possibly be the longest teaser trailer of all time.
This is a teaser.
They called this the teaser trailer.
Yeesh.
This is Thunderbolts. Finally getting our look at this movie, and it looks about as what I expected to see from it, which is fine. I'm kind of on board for them making Yelena the central focus of this
The Nick
story.
Fury.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. And I'm here for seeing more of her with Alexei. Speaking of Stranger Things, David Harbour is back as Red Guardian, being amazing. I'm here for that. I'm here for a lot of these characters. Like, I'm really excited to see them all coming together, and it looks like they kind of come together in sort of a accidental way, but very intentional, obviously, because it's like, oh, well, clearly they've all been sent to this one location for a reason, and someone's probably trying to kill them off. And what are the bets that it's Val? Because I feel like she might be the villain in this. I don't know. She was giving me villain vibes during this
Last
trailer.
time we saw her, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of last time we saw characters, Bucky in this trailer looks mighty different from where we saw him at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was the last time we saw him. By the time this movie comes out, that will have been 4 years ago. So I'm just wondering what's happened. Because Sam became Cap, and this movie comes out after the new Captain America movie, obviously. So, and I don't think he's in that one. I'm pretty sure we've talked about it, that Bucky's not in that movie.
Yeah.
But he's in this one. Something's happened, and he looks really angry and depressed. And just, I have a lot of questions. So
He needs to build another boat with Sam.
Needs to have another bonding moment with Sam Wilson. Yeah. So questions. I'm also really excited to see John Walker again. Speaking of Falcon and Winter Soldier, especially because Wyatt Russell was just so good in that show and in that role. But now he's very much disgraced, of course, after what he did, and like he's sort of just this, broken ass John Walker now. Like
He's a dad now.
He's a dad. So yeah, I'm curious as to what they're doing with him as well. And then yeah, I'm excited to see Ghost return. We haven't seen her since Ant-Man and the Wasp. So that's fucking years ago now, a long time between drinks for her. So I'm keen to see what she's up to. And then I think Taskmaster was the other one. So the villain, one of the villains from Black Widow, is here too. But yeah, just so many questions, And then and then we have Lewis Pullman's character, who's I'm pretty sure was supposed to be what's his name? I've forgotten his name. Bear with me a moment while I Google it. But I'm excited to see him because he's a very good character. Yeah, Sentry. Yeah, Sentry. That's the character he's playing. So it was supposed to be Steven Yeun originally, but then he pulled out of the role. But now it's Lewis Pullman. So
I think the strikes happened.
Curious. Yeah, probably strikes had something to do with it because they were filming this I think during the strikes last year. So that makes sense. But yeah, otherwise it looks great. The action looks good. The character interplay is going to be so much fun. And I'm curious as to what the story is. So let's go, Thunderbolts. Fulya, what did you think of this trailer?
Yeah, there was a lot going on, and a lot of action, especially for this teaser, quote unquote. And I have a feeling from one of the clips that came up in this trailer, did Bucky turn back to being the Winter Soldier at one point? Maybe? I don't know. I that's kind of the vibe I got from that one little clip that we came across, and I was just like, hold on, has something happened and he's made him turn?
Nah, he's just kicking ass again.
Or maybe he's just upset about something that the gang has done, and now he's like pointing the gun at them, wanting answers. I don't know.
They ate all the Fruit Loops.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I agree with you, Kendall, that definitely Val is going to be the big bad in this. Not so much in terms of like she's the one they're gonna have to fight against. It's more of a she's directing people to do things for her.
She's the mastermind, yeah.
Yeah. But I have a feeling she's going to be surviving this one and probably going to be in for a few other films, potentially.
Maybe.
I would say.
Maybe.
Maybe in the big Avengers one, I would say.
I'm
going to pop up there somewhere.
Yeah, possible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool to see Yelena. That's really awesome. And, and everyone else in the group. But yeah, I have this is kind of like a group of misfits being brought together. So
a ragtag bundle.
Ragtag.
What are we? Some sort of Suicide Squad?
No, the Dark Avengers.
The Dark Avengers. Yes.
Yes. And as for the title itself, Thunderbolts Asterix. Marvel, have you not come up with a title yet? Is why you put that asterisk there? Hello?
Is this like Agatha all along?
What are you trying to pull here, Marvel?
What are you trying to pull here?
That can't be the reason for them to put out a trailer with a title with an asterisk on it. To be like, no, we haven't come up with a subtitle for it yet. However, we're going to make you think that we haven't come up with a title yet, so we still need time.
Yes, Fulya, were you on our Comic-Con episode?
I can't remember.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's when the asterisk was confirmed as part of the title. When Marvel had their Hall H, they unveiled Thunderbolts. They showed a trailer in the room, which may or may not have been this trailer, I guess. Okay. But yeah, then it was announced, like they put the asterisk on, and everyone was asking Kevin Feige, "What does it mean?" And he was being very cagey about it. But like it's like they know what it is,
and also
they're just not telling anyone.
And also, that motherfucker came out with one of his caps that's got a fucking star on it.
It's got a what?
It's got asterisks.
Oh, yeah.
One of his hats has got extras on it. It's rubbing it in your face.
Rubbing it in the face.
It's more of a to be confirmed in the future kind of a asterisk.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. It's
We'll
coming
let
out
you
next
know.
week, but you'll find out soon enough.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. It looks like it's going to be action-packed, full of fun. So we'll see.
Full of fun. Love it. Oh, thank you, Fulya. Mike, what did you think of the Thunderbolts trailer?
I liked it. I wasn't expecting much because I still am still going through the fatigue of Marvel stuff, but this got me hyped. I'm actually looking forward to this because the action in it is really good. It looks grounded. The Bucky stuff looks phenomenal. You know, he's back to his Winter Soldier stuff. He got his arm from the dishwasher for some reason, and is it the same one? Because Rocket has the original now, does he? You know, from the Christmas episode.
Maybe.
Because Nebula got the arm, and it's like Bucky's arm.
Bucky's arm?
Who knows? Will they explain it? Probably not. Who cares? Yeah, people coming back. Can't wait to see US Agent again. Yeah, and all them. The Red Guardian and all them. And yeah, the Asterix is very intriguing. It's a very, very unique tactic when it comes to promoting your movie. Because a lot of things have changed, and maybe the Asterix is easier to change later, because they probably had like promotional stuff that still has the still has the original, and they probably couldn't really change it up. It's like the where they changed up Deadpool and Wolverine. It was originally going to be Deadpool and Friend, and a lot of people hated it. And they said, no, we need to change it. The internet has spoken. We need to change it up and call it Deadpool and Wolverine. So there's been a lot of like changing over because a lot of things got in the way, like the strikes and everything had to be pushed back, and for the better. I think it's better to have like only a handful of titles coming out, and they probably they had the original title, and then they wanted to change it, like Agatha all along and all that, and so they thought, oh, instead of changing it, why don't we make it a surprise, and by the time at the end they'll give out the real title maybe, or that's Avengers or Dark Avengers and Jawbreakers. What are they called again? What's this movie called again?
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. And where's it coming out, Kendall?
When is it coming out? That is a great question. Thunderbolts will be in cinemas next year on the 1st of May.
Nice.
Yes.
May.
Just in time for your birthday again.
Yes, we get to go back to my birthday tradition of
I mean,
seeing
a little bit early,
a Marvel,
but yeah.
seeing a Marvel movie in the cinema for my birthday. It's what I like to do.
I may or may not come.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm only turning 37. It's no big deal.
Ugh, don't
37.
Jeez.
37. Don't even. I know.
That's Kevin
That's-
Smith number. Come on.
Fantastic. All right. Our next trailer was a very good trailer, and is probably, and I know I'm going to say this given that there was a Marvel trailer this week, but this was probably my favorite of the three. Although I feel like Trailer Park this week was pretty strong, if I do say so myself. For once. Anyway.
Well, there's no
Last of
sinners in
Us.
this, so I don't know.
The Last of Us is the trailer I'm talking about, of course. We finally got a little teaser for season 2, with a lot of footage in there, and it was cut together very well. And the little glimpses we got of certain characters and in certain situations, and just the general vibe of the thing was very ominous, of course, and foreboding and unsettling and harrowing. And yeah, I mean, if I'd played the game, like I would obviously, I feel like there's a lot of visual cues and visual references for people who played the game. So I'm looking forward to your thoughts on this, Mike. But
My spoiler-free review.
your spoiler-free review, yes. But no, I like this. It just on its own is a good trailer without me knowing too much about what's to come. It grabbed me quite a bit and affected me emotionally. I was just like the way they just like towards the end of it, the way they edited certain shots and the way they used music and sound in this trailer was just really. Oh God, I'm gonna cry a lot watching this. It's gonna be emotional. But I am also really curious and excited to see Catherine O'Hara in a dramatic role. Because I mean, I know she plays sort of, she's playing it straight in Home Alone. Like, she's the mum and she's doing that. She's not really being funny. I mean, she has moments where she's unintentionally funny. But like, most of her work is in comedy. And yeah, I've never really seen her do something like this before. So I am so excited to see what she can bring in terms of her dramatic chops. So that's cool. Yeah, Pedro. It's Pedro. More and more Pedro, please. Just give us all the Pedro. Thanks.
I think they are.
I think they are, yeah. I think they are.
Until they don't.
Until they don't. Exactly. But yeah, I don't really have a lot else to say. But it just, yeah, it looks fantastic and I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait for it to hurt me. So, because it's going to hurt.
I'm ready for the pain.
I'm ready for the pain. Fulya, as someone who didn't watch the first season and probably has no plans to watch this show, what did you make of this trailer?
Oh, come on, man. I'm definitely going to be watching this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
After playing the Last of Us version on Blippy Boy, or whatever it's called.
Blippy Boy?
What's that game called? Blot?
Astrobot.
Astro Bloppy Blip?
What the hell? What is happening right now?
There are Last of Us characters that you find in Astrobot, which is kind of cute. And instead of calling the clickers, because apparently IP and rights and copyright and all that sort of stuff, Astrobot have been giving generic names for all these characters that you find that are PlayStation IP in the game. They don't call it a clicker; they call it a fungi.
Fun guy. I love that so much.
And instead of it looking like an actual clicker, it's literally a bot wearing ragged clothes with little mushrooms growing out of his head.
I just googled it.
So it's a toad.
It. That's unbelievable.
Very different from a toad in Nintendo. Thank you very much.
That's so funny.
It's very cute, I will say.
Yeah. It's a cute zombie.
That is the PG clicker in Astrobot.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah. Great game. Absolutely love Astrobot. So good.
Nice. I'm glad you liked it.
Going back to the trailer though, yeah, look, I've never played the games. I have no context as to what's going on, and I don't think I ever will because I will never be watching it.
Boo.
Yeah. On to you, Michael. You're the one who's played all the games. You've played the games.
I played half of the first game, just so I can get my my eye in of how to play, and then I went to the second one. But I have seen the gameplay of the first one, and I've watched the first season, and I played all the way through the second one, and I still have still having trouble if I want to play the Game Plus version where I got all the stuff, so it's
Game Plus,
it's easier. Yeah. Speaking of Inside Out 2, this also is a good depiction of an anxiety attack, with tics and just rapid fires. Like, yeah,
I was going to say there was that muffled sound for quite a bit of that montage scene. Really kind of hits you a little bit, doesn't it? When there's not really much sound going on, all you hear is just it's very like staticky almost, like that ringing in your ears that you get.
How he is talking to Catherine O'Hara's character that is new to the show, new character. So I'm guessing they're probably going to change it up a little bit, which I don't mind, because what's the point? You just play the game. And and all the shots, there are a couple that I was trying to figure out where they sort of fit within the game. Shots of Abby as well, and Justin, and all these other characters that we're going to be introduced to the show. It looks beautiful in a weird post-apocalyptic way, and it's just I'm probably never going to be ready when this comes out. Yes, Fulya.
Do you think that from what you saw in the trailer that Abby looks the way that she could or should, according to the game?
Should. No, she does. Because when we first meet Abby, she's more
bulky,
more muscular,
in the game, right? Yeah,
and there's a reason for that within the game, and I'm actually liking the choice, because I'm only speculating here that with the game, it's Abby and Ellie are sort of parallel characters going on journeys, and it's in this show, it's looking very interesting that they're looking similar as well, and not necessarily with Abby with the long hair and all that. So the ending's going to be different, because there's a little fun thing that they do at the end with Abby's character. Spoilers. And it is more interesting that the person who's playing Abby in this show looks a lot like Ellie in the game. So that's a lot of fun as well. Of a lot of people saying, Bella Ramsey doesn't look like Ellie. It's like, neither does Pedro Pascal, but you're not bitching about that, or anything like that. But and as I said, it is probably going to break me. I know that, and reliving certain aspects is going to just hurt me in a way. And if I was a well-adjusted human being, I would stay clear of it. It's like I don't need that in my life again. So it's a glutton for punishment, me. And the way that it seems that they're going to be doing this is my original thought, if they were going to adapt the entire thing, because there's a lot of story within the second one. So, and it is word that they're probably going to do a third season, as well as a possible 4. See how it goes, because it's a very popular show, and so they want to, keep on going, get more bums on seats and more money. And the way that you do that, because Pedro is a big name, they're probably going to prolong his journey within the second story. So we'll probably, there's definitely, if people don't know the story, there's probably going to be a lot of drop off after what happens to Joel. So maybe they're going to be putting that in the later half of the season. If they if the way that the story goes, it would be very interesting if they do it in the middle of the season, which will be daring, and then the rest of the story is with Abby and Ellie and their story, and then the third one is just going to be the tie up at the end. Yeah, so I like it. I appreciate what they're doing. HBO loves their zombies in the snow, so I do get a lot of like the Game of Thrones sort of aspect of the clickers coming towards the Jackson estate, compound, communal place, life. Yeah, and yeah. I can never listen to Takeaway ever again. I played on acoustic guitar. So there you go. When is this coming out, Kendall?
Take on Me, yes. Yes. Well, we don't actually have a release date for The Last of Us.
We have a
season
year.
2. All we have is a year. That's right. 2025. 2025.
Between January and December.
Yeah, sometime in the next time frame. All right, we got one more trailer to talk about before we're done with Trailer Park this week, and switching gears completely, we are going to talk about a foreign film, but it's an animated film by the name of Flow. I am really taken by this movie. This trailer was really, really good, and really beautiful. The animation was quite stunning. Like the scenery, especially, was just spellbinding. Like all the different like locations that these lovely animals seem to be going on a journey through. Like there seems to be quite a world building that's going on in this story. And that's really exciting. And I don't think there's any dialogue in this film. I'm getting the vibe that these animals...
I don't think so either.
Yeah, that these animals are proper animals, and they can communicate to each other somehow. And that's fine. But they're not speaking English words, or in the case of where this movie comes from, they're not speaking in Latvian. So it's like, yeah. And I kind of like that, to be honest, because, that could be a really cool way for them to tell the story of this and express what the characters are feeling. Like it's probably like a good challenge for the animators to like really make sure the audience is understanding what each animal is going through in a particular point. So I think that's cool. But yeah, I'm also kind of scared when I watch this movie that I'm gonna just cry. Like, because
See that happening.
Yeah, because like these poor animals have been affected by some kind of catastrophe and displaced, and they're on a boat trying to figure out where to go and what to do, I guess, and find a new home, and things are going to happen to them, and I don't want it to. I don't want them to. No. But yeah, it looks great. It looks amazing. I'm definitely going to be watching this when it comes out, or however it comes out here, because I'm got to explain that at the end of the trailer park. But yeah, it looks awesome. I can't wait to watch this. Fulya, what did you think of the trailer for Flow?
I actually really was taken by this particular trailer. I think this is my favorite out of the 3. And yeah, I like that there's no real human dialogue going on with this particular film. It's just more of a kind of like a body language kind of a sort of a thing that you're gonna have to just sort of interpret from these animals. There's a natural disaster that happens. It floods, and this cat ends up finding a boat, and in this boat there's like other species of animals in there, so they have to kind of like work together to survive, essentially. It's cute that there's a dog on this one too. It's very kind of like a Labrador kind of a dog. And he's just trying to, be a dog and just wants to be friends with Cat, you know? Trying to do the yoga poses when the cat's stretching and all that sort of stuff. And I found that kind of cute actually. And then the cat just walks away. He's like, I don't care. When I saw the art style is the one thing that really hit me. For whatever reason, I didn't think of it as being it very much looks like a cinematic trailer for a game, is what I got from this. That's what this animation style reminded me of. It reminded me of a cinematic trailer for a video game. And I'm not mad about that. It's actually really cool. Yeah, I think this is going to be definitely a film that's definitely going to be hitting everyone in the feels. Doesn't matter who you are. Especially if you might be a pet owner or just an animal lover in general. Yeah. But it looks very pretty, for one thing, I will say. And yeah, and it's definitely like the animation style itself is very unique to what I've seen in animations. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else I could really say. I really look forward to actually seeing this. So yeah, Michael, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, it looks very sweet, and and yeah, it will probably tug at the heartstrings as well, because they're very expressive in their face. I mean, this is not like Lion King bullshit where it's more emotive and big eyes. It's very impressionable when you got the big eyes, and yeah, I don't think you don't need like dialogue like within it. I mean, maybe when they're going through like places as well, trying to find something, like how domesticated creatures slowly become one with their surroundings again and become sort of feral, but they need to work together, try to save themselves. And a cat dog capybara, not speaking English. Good. Had enough of that. They're meowing in Latharian. There we go. It's kind of interesting thought that if you do own a dog, all the dog knows is English. But if you go to another country, other dogs, they don't know English. Only their commands in their language.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an interesting thought. It's like, it's like I have a German Shepherd. I'm only going to speak to him in German. Raus, all that. Sorry, before I said that, what's that? There was a cartoon on Netflix that you were talking about, Fulya, a couple of weeks ago that you recently see, and it had that sort of vibe of animation as well. Nico, about that about the gay knight, and he fell out of favor with the king and all that, and has to be whatever. Fine. Next bit. Where is this coming out?
So Flow is going to be out in cinemas. So here in Melbourne, it did actually play as part of the Melbourne International Film Festival back in August. But there's going to be a screening of Flow on the 12th of October at Acme. If you're local to Melbourne. Yeah, Fulya's angry because
I can't.
She's not
I'm gonna be somewhere else.
Yeah, she's not gonna be around.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna be at PAX.
Was it PAX? Oh no.
Tax day.
No! That's all right.
Damn it.
That's all right. I'm sure it'll get a wide release.
I hope so. I'd love to see this in cinema. It'd be really cool.
Yeah, it would be really cool, huh? But if you're in the States, it's going to be out on the 22nd of November.
And I won't be because I'll be back by then.
By then, yeah. The timing is just...
Ah.
Ah! No good.
Ninoma.
All right. Nimona.
Nimona, that's
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Nikon.
Yes, yeah. Nico. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's right. You remembered it. Okay. Well, that's Trailer Park. We're done. Which means now
Yes.
it's time
Oh,
for the moment,
yes.
the segment,
Aha.
section, the part, the place, the junk in the show. We like to call.
Only popcorn culture in the Fred shed.
Hey, I like it.
Too much junk in the trunk.
Mm.
Can't
Bajonki.
have it as a bloody verb and a noun in the same sentence. No, thank you.
Yeah, it's like Smurf.
Watch me junk my junk.
It's
Okay.
doable. Durable.
Great. Okay, we are here, folks, to talk about the new episode, this week's episode of Only Murders in the Building, which is season 4, episode 5, adaptation. This was a shorter episode, by a couple of minutes, I guess, so not really too short compared to the others, but I was like, when it ended, I was like, oh man, I want more. Like, come on.
Yeah,
like,
same.
I just surely that's not it. Surely we've got like 5 more minutes. Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope. That's the episode. God
Ending
damn it.
it with a bang.
Ending it with a bang. I know. I know. So yeah, on the whole, I enjoyed this episode. I think I liked the last week's more. That was Stuntman, I think. Just because
Hey,
I liked all
speaking
that
of,
stuff.
we get to see.
I
What's his name again?
know. Yeah, Glenn.
Glenroy? No, not Ben Glenroy.
No, not Ben
Glenn
Glenroy.
Stubbins.
Glenn Stubbins. Yeah,
Mr. Stubbins.
Mr. Stubbins is back for more stunting. On the film. I love how he says film. Film. And yeah, anyway, we'll talk a little bit about him as we go through. But yeah, it was good to see him again. It was a cool episode. Finally getting to see like certain parts of the movie sort of beginning to get underway, but even then, not really. Which is interesting. But yeah, it was fine. Like, you know, we had our cliffhanger resolved pretty quickly, and then moved through the story and certain things. Like, I don't think a lot really happened, but we kind of got a little bit of progress in terms of the case and who might be behind it, or you know, or how it's all gonna play out. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a fun watch. It's just a fun show. So, what did you think overall, Fulya?
Yeah, it was definitely a really good episode. Yeah, like you said, a bit shorter compared to last time. But I love that we have, you know, this writer that has imposter syndrome, which was really interesting. Was it Marshall P. Pope was the character name? I think it was. And yeah, just the fact that he puts on this fake beard and these fake glasses just to look the part. Interesting. It's very, very interesting that they went with that.
Yeah.
And
Write what you know. I know nothing.
and then to find out that he's like a big fanboy of the podcast as well. which was really funny. But yeah, so this episode overall, I don't know that I like the way that Oliver was in this episode. You know?
Yeah, I really, not to interrupt, but I kind of agree. I feel like the Loretta stuff is kind of dragging him down a bit. I don't know.
Yeah. I think so. I don't
Although-
know.
It did lead to one of my favorite sequences in the episode, I think, but
Yeah, it's
that's-
true.
but
Yeah.
still, I get you.
Like, Oliver, we get it. You don't want to be known as this old man that has nothing to show for. Like, there's nothing to prove here.
Yeah.
We don't need to prove it.
It's a legacy.
Yeah. But that was interesting. It was also interesting to see that Howard was part of the crew of the
Yeah.
movie.
No surprises.
But still helpful, which was nice.
Yeah.
But I think Mabel has a little bit more in this particular episode. I feel like
Mm.
we get a little bit more insight into the deal, quote unquote, that she had with the director of this, the director or producer of this movie. No, the
Yeah.
producer. Of this
Producer.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. Oh, and speaking of the producer, like, holy crap.
Bev Mellon.
Oh, Bev, what are you trying to pull here?
She pulled out her gun.
Yeah, that apparently wasn't loaded.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, the gun's not loaded. Bam, 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 bam. I'm not gonna stop firing. I've already proved that the gun was loaded, but I'm just gonna keep firing into the ceiling. It's fine.
And then be like, holy shit, and then let go.
Ay.
But yeah,
Character.
no, it was good episode overall. Yeah.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you liked it. Mike, what did you make of it?
Yeah, bit of an easy episode to digest. It didn't really didn't really go far, really. It just stayed in one spot. And yeah, Bev, I'm not too sure about you. I mean, I know Hollywood's bit flaky, but feels like you've got some motive, doing something. Yeah, it was cool seeing, like, instead of seeing double, you see triple. That was a bit of fun. And yeah, and finish off with a huge climax like they did from the last episode.
Yeah.
So is this going to be endless climaxes? Just do 2 in a row. Too many.
They're edging us, man. They're absolutely edging us.
Pardon me?
I'm not going to explain it. Moving on.
Urban Dictionary is for free. Is that your favourite category? No.
No.
Straight out of my brain. What's going on? Oh yeah, only Mers in the building. One track mind. Yes. Where to go? Yeah, it was a fine episode. Not the best.
No.
Rehash of Gabe Stubbins. Which I still think he's not really Irish. I don't know.
That'll be the twist at the end. These are actually Irish.
Oh, it's the red herring. That's why, as well as the writers, the red herring as well. I mean, just to set some characters up for some fodder. Because we all know that Hollywood's fake. You fake it until you make it, and he did. But also he's within the team now, which is strange. Surely you get the writer out of there. I mean, it's kind of interesting that we just had a writer's strike and they're doing this episode and how they're playing on the fact that writers don't know much. Bit iffy for me. But overall, it was fun, and I do. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. The brothers. Are they? Or will they? I don't know. Over to you, Kendall.
We'll talk about it, yes.
Brothers, sisters, yes.
The brothers, sisters. Very, very funny.
It's just called
yeah.
Two Brothers.
It's just called two brothers. Yeah, so, this movie opens with, the anti-climax of the cliffhanger from last week, and of course, like, I kind of had a feeling when the episode opened, I'm like, I bet Bev is fine. I bet she's just stupid.
Yeah, I
she
kind of had the
was.
same feeling, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
that was
you
kinda...
want to think.
I mean, the show has done that before, where they've made us think that the unimportant or silly character is actually crucial in the case. So who knows? Maybe Bev is someone. Like, she could have had something to do with it. But yeah, we get like the most important tidbit. Well, two of the most important tidbits about the case this episode. The first being someone working on the movie did it. Or at least it's very, very likely, considering Zaz tried to call Bev the night she was killed, and left her a message saying, "Don't make this movie. You can't make this movie." So that was interesting. I kind of found it a bit silly that, like, Bev didn't realize it was them when she pointed the gun at them, and
I
it took.
don't think it was that dark in there.
It took way too long for her to realize who it was. And I don't know. That was a bit silly.
Well,
yeah.
To be honest, but
if it was the right ones,
and
because we have multiple people looking like other people.
that's true. We do. That's very true.
Well, then maybe
that...
that's a clue.
Yeah, it's the Spaceballs reference. You didn't grab them. You got their stunt doubles. I was waiting for that.
Okay, that's pretty funny. Yes. So Bev's a bit weird at the start, and then we get a really interesting scene with her later on. Just to get the Bev Mellon stuff out of the way. Where, this also confused me because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, please, but they go up to the photo shoot, right? Bev's already there in the apartment, but then she doesn't try and talk to Mabel until Mabel is, like, actually leaving. And she's like, "Oh, I've been looking for you," or what? I don't know. There was something weird about the way it kind of played off. I'm sure it's fine, and I'm just, like, getting in my own head about it as usual, but I don't know. But anyway, the scene between them, the fact that, like, I really love how Mabel, like you're saying, Fulya, like, she's got things going on here, and I like how in this episode she's like, "I'm a podcast producer." But then this scene where, like, Bev's just straight up like, I want to buy more of your ideas, or I want to buy more of your concepts, and I don't even need it.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, she's like, I don't even need it to be a proper story or premise or anything. Just needs to be exciting, and let's go. So I found that really interesting. So I wonder if Bev will turn out to be anyone important, or if she's just going to be a silly, stupid character for this show. What did you think about Bev, for you? Any other thoughts on her?
I don't know. I'm not a fan of.
No.
She's kind of rubbing me the wrong way. In terms of a lot of the stuff that she's saying, and especially to Mabel, and hook me. Tell me about some of your ideas. What's your next podcast thoughts and all that sort of stuff. And I kind of felt bad for Mabel being stuck in that sort of situation. Like, she just got caught off guard, even though she just wanted to leave. So, Bev is just... She's weird. She's so weird. She's not the good kind of weird like the Westies are. She's just straight up weird.
She's
So,
Hollywood.
The weird kind.
She's the weird kind. Yes. Cool. Mike, any additional Bev Mellon musings for us?
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint if she's being deliberately glib or not. I don't know. maybe the gun sort of gives it away that she probably is that dense. Like, maybe. But I still think she may be frightened of someone who looks like the team and not necessarily the team, because it was dark until they turned the light on. I was like, oh, it's you guys. It's not the stunt doubles. Which made me think,
Maybe it is the stunt doubles.
yeah. Or Kevin Rudd's gonna die in the next episode.
Who?
Kevin Rudd? Paul Rudd. Whatever. Shut up.
Jesus Christ. Amazing. Yeah.
You know, Seamus O'Finnegan.
Seamus.
Rick O'Shea. And
Rick
the bullet
O'Shea.
ricochets off his skull.
Man. I just want to quickly shout out. We got another scene with Detective Williams at the start, which was
It was so good. Too many freaking murder boards.
so many murder boards. Like, I love her. I love her frustration at them. Like, it just makes me laugh so much. But then I also kind of love how she's just always thirsting for unexpected celebrities. So as soon as Loretta's co-star Jack Jonk gets mentioned, she's just like, this guy is like the best. Like, he's so good. And yeah, it's just like, oh my god. But yeah, I liked her stuff in this episode. I just want more Detective Williams, but she's a supporting character, so it's fine. It's fine.
She's still around.
She's still around. Yeah, do you guys have anything to say about that scene at the beginning there?
Too many murder boards.
There are many murder boards. I do
All
like
homemade.
all homemade. I do like the names that they try and give to Mabel. They call her a podsmith or a crime influencer, which that kind of made me laugh a little bit. I thought that was fun. Because they get all their money, and I love that little moment where Charles mentions how the check has been sent to his accountant in Beirut or somewhere, and then Detective Williams is like, "Excuse me?" I'm like, "Yes," and then it's going to be sent back to me here in the States, where I will definitely claim tax on it.
Yes.
It's very.
You do have a Fed in the room. But,
Yeah.
what's the
It was
point
very,
of
very
being in Hollywood if you can't just, tax dodge?
Yeah. Pretty much. Cool. Well, this episode is kind of feeling like there's not really too much to unpack, but I mean, the writer stuff, the stuff with the writer Marshall, it was kind of fun. Like, I like when they took him, like, they caught him at the party, and he was freaking out, and he's like, "Oh crap, I'm in trouble," because they want me to change the script or whatever, or they don't like my script and blah blah blah. But then they're like, "Oh no, that's not what it is," and he's like, "Oh, you think I'm a suspect? Oh my!"
He was
God.
relieved to be a suspect.
Yeah,
Which is so stupid.
It was so funny. I
So
kind of really liked it. Yeah. That was kind of fun. Yeah, and then the scene with him being shown the murder board and everything and how they work, and him getting interrogated about where he was. And I love how it's like, I mean, clearly he had nothing to do with it, but the fact that it's probably part of why he's okay with it, because he's immediately like, well, I wasn't even in New York that night. I was doing my first ever stand-up gig. Do you want to do you want to see it? And they're like, no.
An hour? No.
We do not. But I love how Marshall is kind of like, he reminds me a little bit of the the Only Murders fan club that used to hang around the Arconia. Like, he's like, oh my god, the trio and they're bickering, and it's just
Yeah.
classic textbooks trio action happening in front of me. And then, yeah, I think it's just I really liked it a lot. What did you think, Fulia? Do you have any thoughts on Marshall in these scenes?
Yeah, he was actually, he was quite, entertaining in a way. But also I kind of felt sorry for him as well, that he had to really put on this display to make himself look like a writer so that he could feel like a writer.
Mm.
But then it also, like, then we get the narrative of the fact that even though you look like a writer, doesn't mean that you're going to be a great writer. And we see him having like a little montage of him throwing papers with bad ideas that he can't think of anything. So I kind of felt bad for him in that respect as well. And yeah, it's interesting that, Mabel was able to connect with him too. Because she kind of feels the same way in some respect. But it was also really cool that he was, even though he didn't mean it, he was interjecting with the whole idea when they were explaining the murder board stuff. He was like interjecting a lot, being like, but that doesn't sound right. Like the timeline doesn't work and all that sort of stuff. Because then in that scene with Marshall, we've got Charles trying to set the scene and kind of like explain how the murderer did the job in 12 minutes. From shooting over in the west side of the apartment of the Arconia, then getting over to then that whole sequence where, Charles is in that role of the killer, because apparently he knows the mind of a killer. And the way that he's like sort of reenacting it in his head, I was like, there is no way in hell this person could do it in 12 minutes. There had to be a second person. And then they got to the point of there was 2 people involved. But it was just fun to see Charles be the killer role.
Well, yeah, I was going to talk about that separately, but yeah. Yeah. I really liked it. Yeah, because I like how it just kind of went movie mode, cinematic, like widescreen.
Very James Bondy.
And then it was all very James Bond and like the how the music, especially like that, it was the only murders themed with a James Bond skin on it. That was fun. And then watching Oliver then do it and
trying to reenact it. It's just
so funny. He's like, I need to prove myself that I'm fit and I'm tough and I can do whatever Jack John can do.
And apparently he paid $20,000 for his knees.
Yeah. But I was just like, immediately we're off to a bad start if he needs to be lifted off the balcony. Like
I know.
The window ledge, the windowsill. Terrible. And then sliding down the stairs and everything. And 37 minutes, 38 minutes, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like, just gold.
No, but Marshall, he's an interesting character. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a little bit more of him.
I say we would. I also liked the John McEnroe cameo as well. That was very funny.
Yelling at a baby? Come on, man.
What's that?
Runs after him.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. And then Oliver, when he comes back and he's like so worse for wear because he's been so long, and then Mabel's like, "Did you punch a bird?" And he said, "I'm not elaborating." Yes, it was very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mike, what did you think of all of that? What are your thoughts?
Unpack that.
Unpack everything. Go.
All over. I did enjoy like the previous season where Charles' sort of mind palace and how it goes into more whimsy and more within the mind. So instead of just having it all linear. So it just makes it more fun for the audience, and it's also ridiculous as well because it isn't reality, and you can so tell because this character is they're all full of themselves, and they're all trying to figure out their own mortality, and trying to do a 12-minute sprint within half an hour, and getting bombarded. But then we find out that it's impossible to do it with one person. You can do it with two, or maybe three.
Oh,
I've still got the 3 thing.
3?
Yeah,
There's a third?
yeah.
What's your theory?
There's 3 people.
Who
Yeah.
do you think the third person might be?
I don't think it's the brothers. I don't know. This is still the 4th episode, so it's still a tad early to cement or even use pen. It's still graphite. It's still grey lead. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
if Bev was scared of 3 people coming in, I think it's because I think 3. I think the magical number is 3. And people who look like each other, like the whole reason.
It could be the actors then.
Could be the actors. Could be the
stunt doubles.
I'm thinking the stunt doubles probably got shot because Liz got shot. Liz?
No,
Yeah.
no. Zaz.
Zaz. not Liz.
Zaz.
Zaz got shot because looked like Charles. Maybe the main thing is probably trying to get the Charles, or maybe that is a red herring and they're trying to go after the stunt doubles. Maybe. Spitting balls here. Charles's stunt double is dead. This week's episode, maybe Oliver's stunt double is dead. Yeah, Paul Rudd's probably dead, and then we'll find out. I don't know. It's interesting. It's intriguing. I like it. I like this show for some reason.
You like this show for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very funny.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I've gone off my idea of Steve Martin as actually the killer of this show.
Nice. That's good.
That's way too whimsy for me.
It's way too whimsy.
What are we talking about?
Only jonks in the jonking.
Jonk. That's an android in fucking Star Wars, isn't it? Jonk droid.
Jonk droid.
Jonk.
The junkie. Yeah, I guess just to go off what you're saying, I also think it's too early for the murderers to be revealed. So I don't think it's the brothers, sisters.
Another red herring.
Another red herring. I mean, they could be involved, but I don't. I
What
think
was
they
that
just.
giant suitcase they rolled out then?
Yeah, I noticed that was quite poignant. I'm like, it's probably just photography gear, filming gear. Like,
Yeah.
I
Could also
didn't really.
be a very nice looking sniper gun case.
Or somewhere they
Yes.
put the body.
It's a bit thin for
Somewhere.
No, if you fold them
It's a
up.
hater.
Hey, you can.
Uh,
Have you ever seen a contortionist get into a wheelie trolley? And that's when they're alive.
Yay.
Aye. Yeah, I don't think it's them. I definitely like the theory that it could be 2 people. It wouldn't be the first time, obviously, that the show has done 2 people involved with the murders, but like committing it actually together at the same time is maybe a little different. So yeah, the photo shoot stuff was kind of fun, though. Apart from that revelation, like, it was good to see, Glenn Stubbins again being hilarious and dressed as Oliver. Was quite funny. And then, yeah, of course, just good to see brief, moments with Eugene and Zach and Eva again. That was quite funny. I kind of loved the scene with Eva and Howard, where she's like telling him to do stuff, and he's just like, "I'm putting my foot down. I will not be spoken to like a generic PA." And then I can't remember what he described. He says, I'm a documentarian and something. He calls himself something else, but it's not what he calls himself. It's the way he does it, because he says what he is, and then he like sticks out his leg.
Points his toe like a
He
ballerina.
points his toe. Yeah. Oh, I love Howard. Like, I hated Howard in the first season because he was so annoying. But now I'm like, no, Howard's great. Howard's fantastic. But yeah, I liked all the photo shoot stuff and the moment where like they called the Olivers in for the photo shoot, and then Glenn comes in, and then they're like, no, not you. Like, we don't want you in it. And then just how dejected he is from not being made to be allowed to be there. Yeah.
But then he also had to show a particular pose before one of
Oh yeah, that was something else, wasn't it? Yeah.
I was like, I'm never gonna unsee that now.
Yeah. Wiener to wiener. For some reason.
Why?
Comedy, I guess.
Nah, it's not called comedy. It's called docking.
It's called.
Is that what they call it these days?
Yeah. So
That's
it's
exactly
when
I don't need an explanation. It's fine.
preferably someone with a foreskin can actually
Stop.
All right.
Oh, it's so funny. Yes. You guys have thoughts on the photo shoot scene and anything else we haven't touched on yet?
Looks cool.
I like the idea of the mirrors. That was actually kind of cool. The mirrors.
Yeah, that was
the whole
cool.
mirror thing to make them look like there's more than just them there. That's actually pretty cool.
Nice theming.
Very nice theming.
Very nice theming. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing else though.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think my only other thing I wanted to mention, just going back through my notes. Yeah, we pretty much covered everything. But I think Mike, maybe it was you who mentioned it, or one of you guys mentioned the fact that we get another cliffhanger ending, very similar to last week's. Yeah. I don't really like that repetitiveness, especially when we know, like we've stated clearly this early in the season, it's not going to be any kind of stakes, I guess, at this point. But I mean, maybe they're doing it like this twice in a row for a reason. I mean, we're hearing actual gunshots being fired this time, and then we cut to black. So I'm like, what does that mean? What's actually happening here? So yeah, I'm very curious. I don't love the fact that they leaned into a cliffhanger with relating to a gun twice in a row, but I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out next week. Fulya, any thoughts on the ending?
Any thoughts about the ending specifically? All I know is I want to know who was the one pulling the trigger. I don't know. Maybe someone's got a maybe it's not a loaded gun, and maybe it's one of those prop guns that you can, like a cap gun that goes with without the bullets. Kind of might be one of those kind of situations. And maybe it's just someone that is trying to scare people potentially. I don't know. Maybe to throw people off. Could be.
Could be. Mike, what are your thoughts?
Well, there was I watch this show with subtitles, and I was trying to remember. Someone does say he's been shot, And I'm
So
just
someone is actually shot dead. Or maybe just shot.
or just shot. Hold on. Gunshots. Howard. Oh my God. They've been shot. So
They've been
multiple
shot,
people.
So not okay, right? Because there were multiple gunshots, right?
I think it's
From
just
what I
one.
remember. Was there one or two? I think there was like two.
Was it two? Well, I can't
have been
really
two.
put the audio on
Yeah, no.
because it bleeds into the stream. A crew member, gun. Howard. Oh my God. They've been shot. So Howard's okay.
They've been shot. Okay.
So it's
Well,
someone.
as long as Howard's okay, then that's all I care about. No. Okay. Yeah, I actually didn't pick up on any of that audio at the end because I was just too like, I don't know. I don't think I nothing grabbed onto my ears, and I was just like, no, don't fade to black. I want more.
Yeah. Yeah. Old man reads subtitles.
Old man reads subtitles. Yes. That's okay. Cool. Well,
Yes.
I don't know if there's anything else that we need to touch on. Really, is there? There's not really a whole lot else to unpack.
Yep. Next episode is called Blow Up
Oh.
instead of Glow Up.
Is it the fallout of the gunshots, the bang, or whatever we heard?
Or the team.
Maybe. Or the team. Oh, I don't want to make them fight again.
They have to fight.
No.
It's mid-season. It's time for the end of the second act.
No, but their fight last season was really shit. I hated it. Stupid.
Stupid. It's annoying.
It's stupid. I know it's writing and conflict and all of that, but I don't want it. Give it back. Take it back.
Do not want.
Do not want. Yeah. All right. Well, shall we end it there then?
Yeah.
Great. All right. Those are our.
Sorry, I've also got
Yes?
a name for the next episode as well. Valley of the Dolls.
So we've got blowout or blow up,
Blow up.
blow up, blow up, and then Valley of the Dolls.
Yes.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Very interesting. All right. Well, I look forward to discussing those with you guys next week. Next week we'll get into it. But until then, those are our thoughts on episode 5 of Only Murders in the Building, season 4, adaptation. So let's. Yeah, are we halfway through the season yet? I don't know. I think we're almost halfway.
Yeah, there's
I think
10
halfway.
episodes, and that was the 5th one, so we're
Yeah,
right
so
in the
we're
middle.
halfway. So good maths. We're halfway. Nice. Cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was fun. I like talking about the show with you guys. It's been a good time so far. So I'm looking forward to next
So
week.
far.
So far.
Could go downhill anytime.
No. I doubt it. But yeah, until then, that's all the show we have to show. But before we go, we have a quick Fred plug to make. Because this week we finally had a new Fearsome Friday episode released, which was about Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 4, The Dream Master.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if you want to go check out me and Wayne talking about that movie, please go and do so on all the feeds. And if you want to, get yourselves around all the other Fearsome Friday specials where we are doing Jason and Freddy back-to-back chronological order now. So, yeah, get around those podcasts. We have a lot of fun with them. I have a great time. We both have a great time talking.
It's the spoopy season.
It's spooky season. Yeah, we're about to head into October as well, so there'll be a Halloween special for Fred Watch coming out soon as well. So I won't say what movie we're doing, but it's a goodie.
It's the goodies.
Watch this space.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I listened to Fearsome Friday and I thought, oh, this is nice. And I listened to it and it's like, yeah, I remember that movie. How did he get in that waterbed? How did he get into that waterbed?
How did he get into the water pit?
How did he get into the waterbed? There was no opening. He did it in his dream.
In his dream.
A wet dream.
Literally.
Ha ha.
Ha 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 ha. All right. Yes, go check that out, please. And let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, that's it.
That's it.
1, 2. You know what to do.
And
that
was a podcast called Fred. Blah.
Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the latest Fred content.
If you like to listen to Fred the Alien, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
If you'd like to watch Fred the Alien, you can head over to youtube.com/Fred the Alien Productions. And if you're watching us right now, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of future content just like this one. And if you're watching us live over on Twitch, make sure to give us a follow on the way out. Twitch.tv/Fred the Alien Twitch.
And I've been a Kendall Richardson.
I've been Fulya and
And I've been the man himself, Michael Lister. And my stunt double, Lister Michael.
Lister Michael.
And you just experienced a podcast called Fred.
Remember to eat beef.
Remember, Freddy lives, Loki dies, Doctor is in, and talking away. I don't know what to say. I said anyway. Cry every time.
Yeah,
Well,
cry every time.
Remember to look after yourself and your mental health, everyone.
Yes. Please do. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Later, skaters. And
Scene.
Nah.